All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are toiling in His truth. I'm Bathaka Mouth Jim as Dallas, and I'm just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. I think I'm going to entitle this, The Restoration of Israel is already in full effect. You know what I'm saying? It's at hand, man. You know what I'm saying? And the resurrection, or Salakia, the restoration of the nation of Israel, you know, begins with the house of David, man. You know, period. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And that goes hand in hand with the throne of David, man, which will be reestablished in the earth in the near future, in the coming times, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing is about the house of David and the throne of David. So when you go to off the top, let's go to Amos, the 9th chapter. And as a matter of fact, let me take my Salakia parallel off. This is Amos chapter 9. I'm going to jump down to verse 11, and it reads, Amos 9:11, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise it, Salakia, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old," man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the restoration of the nation of Israel, man. It begins with the tabernacle of David, man. You know, the 144,000, that governing body, man. You know, it's going to govern the earth in the new world, man. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a new world order coming, but it's not at the hands of the helm of these devils, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be at the hands and helm of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh being the heavenly Father who sits on high on the throne, who the world ignorantly refers to as God, Jehovah, Yahweh. You know, Ahia, his name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly refers to as Jesus Christ. You know, his true biblical name is Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? That new world order will be via them, you know, the son of Yahweh, man, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So that process is already has started and it's in full effect, man. You know, as we speak, Amos 9:11 again. "In that day, which we're in that day now, will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen." And that tabernacle is not a actual physical temple, man. It's a spiritual temple, which we'll get. "And close up the breaches thereof," man. You know, because both nations, the northern and southern kingdom, are coming back together, and there will be no more splits, man. You know, nothing will be able to infiltrate. You know, no more splits, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all good from that point. "And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old," man. Going into, and that puts me in the mind of Ezekiel the 37th chapter, which we'll get. You know, but this is talking about a spiritual house, man, not a physical house. So let's get that real quick, because this is already in process and happening, man. You know what I'm saying? What is that? First Peter? Is it First Peter 2:5? This is First Peter chapter 2 and verse 5, and it reads, "Yea, also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house." Those lively stones, man. You know what I'm saying? Each of the brothers that's coming into this thing, that's learning this knowledge, that's going out and teaching, you know what I'm saying? This knowledge, this word, this truth, you know. And yeah, I said this truth to that demon that has a problem with it, man. Boy, these people hurt, man. They mad. But each of those stones represent one of these brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? We're each one of these lively stones, Lord willing, you know, if I can be a part of that. It says, "Yea, also, or ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house," not a physical house, not a physical temple, a spiritual temple, a spiritual house, "and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Shai Mashiach." And we're doing that every time we do these lessons, every time we go out on the highways and byways. You know, that's the altar, man. You know, we're sending up those spiritual sacrifices. Lord willing, we're putting up sacrifices, righteous sacrifices, and not the sacrifices of fools, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it's talking about. This is representative of that house of David, man. It's a spiritual temple. It's not a physical temple. You got these devils trying to erect a third physical temple, man, because they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Those physical temples can be destroyed, man, but the spiritual temple can't, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, they don't know who the spiritual temple is. So how you going to destroy what you have no idea of? You know what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual temple. As a matter of fact, let's take it a step further and go ahead and prove it's talking about us and not a physical temple, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 9 and then jump down. 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building. So we're the ones that's out here planting the seeds. We're the husbandry of the Lord. We're the planters of his word, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gives the increase, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says, ye are the Most High's building. Ye are us, man, which let's drop down to verse 16 to further reiterate it. It says, verse 16, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are, man. So the temple, that tabernacle, that spiritual house, the house of David, you know, that's being reassembled and re-erected in these times, is talking about a spiritual house, the people. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking about a physical third temple, man. But these devils don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And that's representative of the throne of David, man. So let's jump over to Isaiah, the 9th chapter real quick. And I'm going to jump down to verse 6 and start at verse 6. This is Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, and of course that child represents Yahushua. Unto us a son is given. And the government, you know, the tabernacle of David, the 144,000, you know, the next governing body in the new world to come. And the government shall be upon his shoulder. Salakia. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. It says, which is talking about Yahushua, and the government is the 144,000, man. You know what I'm saying? Which, of course, that's deeper, going into the ephod, upon the shoulders and the whole nine. But, you know, we're not going to get into all that. It says, verse 7, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David. Let's read that again. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end, because the kingdom of heaven is an everlasting kingdom that's never going to end, and it's going to last and remain established forever. And it's never going to end. So it says, verse 7, Isaiah 9 and 7, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David. That's very clear. Upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of armies, will perform this. It says, verse 8, the Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it hath lighted upon Israel, because that's who it's about, the Israelites, man. But it says upon the throne of David, you know, to order it and establish it with judgment. You know, these are the things that's coming in the earth. This is about throne of David, because that's the throne that our big brother Yahushua is going to sit upon. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick in Luke, the 1st chapter, and I'm going to drop down to verse 31. And it reads, as Luke 1 and 31, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, that same son we just read in Isaiah 9, and Yahushua, and shall call his name Yahushua. There it is. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give unto him the throne of his father David. That's clear, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end, because the kingdom of heaven represents no end, man. It's a forever thing. So that's going into that restoration of Israel, man, the nation of Israel, which you know, that restoration again consists of what's happening now within Ezekiel the 37th chapter, that reminds me of that. So I'm gonna get that real quick, and we're gonna get a little bit out of Ezekiel 37, and then we're gonna try to move this on along. I'm gonna jump down to the point. It says Ezekiel 37 and verse 5. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, power unto these bones. Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And those bones represent the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to cause that breath, you know what I'm saying, to enter back into us, which is the spirit of life, man. Breath represents that spirit of life. As a matter of fact, these devils, let me get this in Revelation, the 11th chapter real quick. And verse 11, I believe, Revelation 11 and verse 11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So that spirit of life, man, you know what I'm saying? It says after 3 days and a half, which represents 350 years, man. You know what I'm saying? That 350 years happened during the time of from 1620 to around 17 Salakia, from around 1970. The latter 60s to the 70s. Depends on where, which way you line it up, 1619 to 1969 or 1620 to 1970. When Abba Bivens, the Lord woke Abba Bivens up, which we know in these times is John the Baptist, Elijah, John the Baptist, and gave him this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Woke him to this truth, him and some and other righteous men, mighty men. King Masha, High Priest Yaiqua, High Priest Arya, all the those men from that era, which we've been taught these things, from our elders and apostles and Apostle Taharon down, you know what I'm saying, which we believe, So during that time, these beginning and starting with Abba Bivens, he was given this knowledge, was awakened to this truth, and started putting this truth back into the earth, which was precisely 350 years, which brings to pass these prophecies, man. Revelation 11:11, and after 3 days and a half, that 350-year period, the spirit of life, that breath from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw, which is talking about the elite, man, these banking families, man. You know what I'm saying? That fear is upon them, man. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, because they know what's coming, man, at the end of the day. So let's go back to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Salakia, Ezekiel 37. Salakia. Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. And we're going to drop back down to verse 5. It says, Ezekiel 37 and 5, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, power unto these bones. Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And that's that spirit of life after that 350-year period, man, which we're in right now, man. You know what I'm saying? That breath is in us now, man, And Jake is returning, man. Verse 6, and I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's us coming back into our heritage, realizing that we're the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, coming back into this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And these things are happening as we speak. So I'm going to jump down real quick to verse 10. And it says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, which we're doing to this very day, and the breath came into them, which that's happening on a daily basis. Jake is waking up, man, on a daily basis, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. And you're starting to see that because this thing is going out throughout 4 corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's taking fire, man. You know what I'm saying? It's on fire, man. You got big names like Kanye West that's out here now because of this knowledge, and he's bringing out certain facts because he's been listening, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's other lower level, NBA players and Mayweather, certain boxers and different stars, sports stars, and they know, man. You know what I'm saying? So these things is because this knowledge is coming out, but these things are happening as we speak. So I'm gonna jump down, and that exceeding great army you're seeing right now. So I'm going to jump down to verse 16. It says, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah And for the children of Israel, which represents both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, his companions, it says, then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, Salakia. That first part was dealing with the southern kingdom. And then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, northern kingdom, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. So the whole entire verse is dealing with the northern and southern kingdom as a whole. It says, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand, which we have those when we speak out on the street, man. The signs that you see, man, they're in our hands. But we're going to keep reading, man. It says, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Which they come up all the time and ask, what is this? What we explain it to them, man. So these things are happening. It says, verse 19, say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Power, behold, look, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, northern kingdom, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, southern kingdom, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And you're seeing that now throughout the four corners of the earth, man. This thing is happening. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And they are by way of the 12 tribes sign, the chart. It says, verse 21, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord, power, behold, or look, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king over them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. And that's of course, King David is going to be the king that reigns over the nation under Yahushua, and of course Yahweh will be above him, and then 144,000 under King David, of course, the 1/3, and then the rest of the 2/3 after that, bringing to pass Romans 11 and 26, and all Israel shall be saved, man. But these things are happening. That's going into that restoration, man. This is all dealing with the restoration of the nation of Israel, man, and it's happening as we speak, dealing with the elect, that remnant, So the remnant is returning is why these things are happening. So let's get that real quick in Isaiah 10. It's Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20, and it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So it says the remnant of Israel and such that are escaped. Escape what? The coming destruction, man. It says they shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, and that word stay means to rely or depend on. We're not going to depend on Esau. He's the one that smote us, put us to death, man. Smote means to smite, put him to death, man. But we had to rely on this nigga that was killing us, because of the curses, Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, man. We'll have to go to this nigga for the want of all things, man. It says, but shall stay upon or rely or depend on the Holy One, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. And that's dealing with the remnant. Verse 21, the remnant shall return, So it's dealing with the remnant, the elect. The 144,000 and the great multitude are spoken about in Revelation, the 7th chapter. Even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty power. Verse 22, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. And that's happening as we speak. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. And that consumption decreed is the thermonuclear destruction, and it's going to overflow with righteousness. The righteous anger of the Lord, that indignation, man, which is coming. These things are coming, man. And right now, that's going into the remnant. They're looking to restore, man. The majority of our people, 2/3, is not looking to restore, man. So let's get that real quick in Isaiah, the 42nd chapter, in verse 22. They're not looking to restore, man. This is like, they're comfortable here in America. They love this place. They love Esau. They love being slaves. That's why the Lord asks, is Israel a homeborn slave? What's wrong with you niggas? So it says Isaiah 42 and 22, it reads, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. And that's exactly why, man. They're through. They've been trodden down, beat down. everything taken from them. So now they just beg Esau all day. Can please, can we get along? Will you just love us? Please, Mr. Esau. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people robbed and spoiled. They're through, man. This dude has been beat down and whooped and just everything taken like forever. It says they are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. And of course, you see the majority of people in the prison houses is Jake, man. They are for a prey, and none delivereth. Yeah, man, the Lord put him out here like that for going off, man. We committed spiritual adultery, man. That idolatry, fornication on the Lord, man. So the Lord served us up, man. So therefore, a prey, and none delivereth. For a spoil, and none saith restore, man. None saith restore. 2/3 of our people ain't worried about it, man. The only ones worrying about the restoration is the elect, man. The 1/3, man. So none saith restore, and because of that, it's talking about the 2/3. The Lord is going to get rid of the majority of his nation of people, man. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, and it reads, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So this thing is about the elect and 1/3, the remnant, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's concerned with the restoration of Israel, man, which is at hand, man, which consists of the house of David, the 144,000, and the throne of David, which Yahushai himself will sit upon, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're close, man. That restoration is close, man, because the Lord told us in Hosea, in the book of Hosea, the 6th chapter, and I started verse 1. It says, Hosea 6 and 1, come and let us return to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for he hath torn and he will heal us. Yeah, the Lord whooped our tails, man, but he's going to heal us, and we're in the process of that healing. It says he hath smitten and he will bind us up. Yeah, he smote us, man, and now we've been things ball back together, man, beginning and starting with the elect, man, which is that the house of David, man. It says after verse 2, after 2 days will he revive us, and the 3rd day he will raise us up, and he shall live, and we shall live in his sight. So we're in that time right now, man. He's raising us up. You know what I'm saying? We just read it in Ezekiel 37, man. That great exceeding army. We read it in Revelations 11. We've been given that breath, and we're standing upon our feet, and these devils got fear in their eyes, man, because they know what's coming. This thing is at hand, and this represents the kingdom, man, being restored again to Israel, man. So let's get one more, and we'll finish this thing off. This is Acts chapter 6. No, Salakia, Acts 1. This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. This is Acts 1 and 6, and it says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Which that restoration is that's what it's talking about, man. We've been restored as a people, but the restoration will bring in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? Wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? That's what that restoration represents, man, the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And they thought back then that it was time, but it wasn't, man. There's things that had to happen, had more prophecies had to play out, the elect had to be sealed, man. So, but we're in those times, man. So the restoration of Israel, we're in those times happening as we speak. It's at hand, man. So hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect. With that, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Muharrak HaKadosh, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, Bayal, Shalom.